Bear Witness Podcast. I'm Pearly the Don.
And you're talking to SR7G.
Before we get any further, please sub the channel, hit the like button, and get next to us.
For real, for real.
Yo, another Now versus Then topic. And now, the NBA playoffs. It's lit. It's lit. So we're going to do Now versus Then in the NBA sport fashion realm. What's good? Yo.
I mean, yo. Before you talk about anything with the Knicks, let's talk about New York City first and foremost, man. Let's talk about how out in Brooklyn you got 3 Lincoln rail splitters that went pro. Steph Marbury, Lance Stevenson, Sebastian Telfair. Then you want to move down to Manhattan and talk about Kenny Satterfield from Soundview. You want to talk about Kimber
Bronx
Walker.
Legends.
All right?
Bronx Legends.
Kimber, we can't forget him. All-Star, all of that.
BXC.
Then you also got to bring up my man Dre Barrett, man. Seton Hall Pirate, and he also went to the league. I mean, we give you a shout out to Queens too, right? You got K.A., Kenny Smith, tons of New York dudes that went to the league. We rep this thing, man. Don't never let y'all forget.
Nah.
We rep this thing too, man.
What about Kenny A?
Queens, Malloy. Boom,
Kenny A, bro.
52 points in the state games, all of that.
Nets, behind the back. Boom,
Come
boom,
on,
boom.
man. Until your man broke his wrist.
Yeah.
Gave him that
Did he
hard
give the
foul.
business to Bobby Hurley?
Starks gave him that. Oh, God.
Put it on Bobby Hurley.
He's the diaper dandy. He's the 3S man. He's super. He's sensational. SMD. Nah, he ain't say that.
But not for nothing. This is we not going in Bobby Hurley, Duke and all that, but Bobby Hurley was official.
No, Bobby Hurley was
until the car accident. That man was official.
Bike, I think it was a bike.
Bike accident, right? Yeah. He was
him
official.
and Jay Williams. Some of them Duke dudes and bikes, man.
I don't know.
Whatever though. This ain't about that right now. This about
NYC.
New York basketball.
NYC,
right?
stand the fuck up.
And shout out to my man. The New Jack, he won that Posse Championship. Lionel Saunders, right? Remember that?
Yeah.
We're talking about chips and dips. That's
anybody. Let me ask you, because anybody that was like playing in Rucker made it to the pros. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, there was tons of them, man.
But New York dudes.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about Kobe when he slid through. I'm talking about New York dudes.
You know what? There were dudes that played in the Rucker from New York, right? But a lot of dudes was D1 material. You know, it's too long of a list. Too long of a list. But I take special pride in the Southeast Bronx Soundview Section 104.73.
That's right.
Being a very dominant contributor to NBA point guards. Even Corey Fisher. That's a professional's a professional.
What's his move? What's his Corey Fisher move?
He had like 52 of them.
Yeah.
That hesitation. The Corey Plus. Bring it this way, all of that, man. He went bizarre with it. But anyway, what we talking about with these Knickerbockers, man? Like,
first of all,
like, where do you think we gonna go? First of all, you think we going all the way or not?
I like that question. But before we get into any of that type of question that you're asking me, I gotta give a shout out to my brother resting in power right now, Brandon Smith, aka Smith Knicks, our big bro. Knicks fan to the end. That's why I'm bringing him up.
The biggest Knicks fan.
Yeah, biggest Knicks fan. And I hope, I just wish he could see what's going on right now, because it's like bing bong, NYC, stand the fuck up. I love the vibes. Look. Yeah. Big Body Brunson right here.
Yeah.
Listen. and what I want to get into with the Knicks, before I get into the play, what's going on right now, is these national broadcasters. You know, first is Colin Cowherd. That's how you say his name on FS1, Colin Cowherd.
I think that's something to
the white boy. Yeah. Colin Cowherd. Colin Clown is what I call this dude, because he's a clown. Because when the Knicks won the first game, he's gonna come on national airways. Oh, the Knicks won one game. You guys, they're never gonna win another game. Kick rocks, bro. We're up 2-0. And the other set of nationally televised dudes, Shaq, Shaquille O'Neal, yeah, I said it, Kenny Smith, Charles Barkley. The other day, I'm hearing these dudes talk about, yo, this game tonight. What time is it right now? What time is it right now?
It's an hour from showtime.
Yeah, the game is coming on. We taping this on a Saturday. It's like 1 o'clock right now. The game is at 3:30, something like that, right?
Yeah.
These dudes came on national airways and said that, then this is a must-win for the Knicks. It's a must-win. How, Sway? How is it a must-win for us? Aren't we up 2-0? We're up 2-0. So my math is Boston Celtics, if they lose today, they'll be down 3-0. The defending champions. It's a must win for them, not for us. I want to win. Trust and believe I want to win. But a must win for us. This nationally televised hate for the Knicks and for New York, it's crazy. Anytime you hear these dudes talk, trust me, don't listen to me. Just watch TV and you hear how these dudes talk about us. When they talk about us, we didn't win the game. It's what the other team did or didn't do. Why they lost? Why we won? It's all the time. That's the narrative. So kick rocks, all of y'all. Bing bong. Boston Garden, TD Garden, My Secret Garden, Knicks in 6. That from the first question, Knicks in 6.
Yeah.
That's what I call it.
Y'all ain't gonna lie,
that's
man.
What I call it. That's what I call it. Knicks in 6.
A bold statement, man.
Big Body Brunson, right here. Listen, exhaust these flags right now. Just exhaust them because I glaze all over this man's body. Exhaust them, throw him. I'm glazing all over this man's body. I'm telling the natural public, this man right here could do no wrong. Captain Clutch. And for 3 quarters, last game he was trash for 3 quarters. In the fourth quarter, in 4 minutes left in the game, he gave me 9 points. That's a dog. That's a killer. He consistently does this. The difference between him and Tatum, he has all the tools in the tool shed. He's a great talent. He's a great talent. But guess what? He doesn't have the killer instinct, bro. He doesn't have that killer instinct. When his game is off, the problem with Tatum is when his game is off, he's missing shots like he was missing the last game. He doesn't give you anything. It's over. But Brunson, Bridges, no disrespect to I violated Bridges. I was talking crazy about Bridges the whole season,
Yeah, and I would always take up for him and say, listen, man, he's not what they portrayed him to be when they made that trade to say that he was worth like all these first round picks and stuff like that. You got to know what type of player Bridges is. Like Bridges is not going to be, to me, a Hall of Famer, but he's definitely going to be like let me make a good comparison. Like on the Pistons, you had Mark Aguirre. He was a solid dude. You know what I'm saying?
Solid dude.
He was a solid dude where Mark Aguirre, you would look at him as like almost like that dude that wasn't an all-star. Well, maybe he was all-star. I got to double check that, but he wasn't one of the main Pistons that you would bring up during the bad boy era. No. You know what I'm saying? So I look at Bridges like that. So it goes back and forth with him where people, how they value him and what his output should be. But I'm going to speak to something about those broadcasters and analysts. You know what I think their thing is? How many times has these dudes beat us this year in the regular season, right? And by what deficit? So they're probably thinking like, yo, if Boston didn't shoot so badly, would we even be having this conversation? I just personally think we can't be the comeback kids for a title. You got to win with conviction in sports. I get it. A win is a win. I'll take it. Give me that. You want to go behind the arc and shoot shots from the parking lot? That's cool. Go on right ahead. Make it a miss. But I think they're trying to say if those dudes would have just say, you know what, guys, let's just play regular basketball like back in the day instead of that behind the arc garbage that's going on. I think personally that the league is saying they need to see more threes because everybody's jacking Steph Curry, but everybody's not Steph Curry.
No.
If they played regular ball, there'd probably be a tied series or the other way around, 2-0. And I'm a diehard Knicks fan, but that's just what I think where they're coming from.
But speaking to what you're saying, I think they're just caught up to when we were trash. We were a joke franchise for a while because of leadership. But now we have a GM in Leon Rose. We have a coach in Tom Thibodeau that I was down on. I didn't think he was a championship coach, but he proved something to me. Our coaching, that other Momo on the other side, Missoula, whatever his name is, he proved something to me in the playoffs. And he plays everybody's down on Tom Thibodeau and how much he plays. Burn his legs out. But guess what? These guys on the Knicks, they build up these calluses over the years from no load management, playing over and over again, constantly. So now when it gets to the fourth quarter and crunch time, their mental fortitude, their mental toughness kicks in. And they're able to dominate. They're able to come through when the other team wilts.
I never looked at it that way. I never looked at it that way.
my thing with Tatum is that again, he has all the talent in the world. But guess what? Sometimes we played ball back in the days, right? Yeah. And sometimes you go to the court and your game is just on. You feel it, right?
Yeah.
And you can do no wrong. But what happens when your game is off? What happens when you don't feel that way? Can you be effective defensively? Can you get that key steal? Bridges, prove me wrong.
You got to fill up a stat
He's worth all those picks. In the fourth quarter, he's getting the key bucket and the key steal. Big Body Brunson is getting the bucket. Not football. Tom Brady in the later years of his career,
right,
was trash for 3.5 quarters, right? But in the fourth quarter, it's bing, 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 surgical touchdown. I need that. I need that dog. I need that beast. That in the high leverage moments, you're going to win. You're going to dominate.
I agree with you. But you know what I also think it is? I think people were spoiled from the 1980s, mid-80s to late 90s Knicks, man, with Patrick Ewing.
Oh, my God.
X-Men, Starks. Those dudes, Charlie Ward. Charlie Ward's a football player. Get next to him, man. He was putting in work. D. Harper.
Yeah,
all these dudes.
Do you prefer Mason or Barkley? Oakley.
Mason or Oakley? That's a good question. But you know who I'm going to say? Oakley, because once he got to the elbow, he stuck that 12 foot.
Got rest in power, Mason.
Yeah.
But he was a
and he had a lot
player.
of off court action too.
But he
could handle the rock for a big
definitely. And as far as the Knicks are concerned, I give all credit to Detroit Pistons. You know why? Because we lost our DNA. Prior to the whole year, I was down on the Knicks because I didn't see that DNA from last season. I didn't see that dog, that grit. But the physicality that we went through, it was kind of like 90s basketball. Not all the way with the Detroit series. Yeah. But I seen physicality.
It was a glimpse.
I seen physicality that I haven't seen for a while.
Yes.
It was a glimpse. We got that back.
It was a glimpse.
We got that back. We got that edge back. And Boston is not ready for that. Boston is a great defensive team, but not in a physical aspect. You got to be like Jaylen Brown the last game. He was driving and scoring crazy in the first quarter, easily. And
one max deal player. He better be.
In the fourth quarter, in the third and fourth, you didn't see him. You know why? Because it takes physicality to keep driving to the cup, taking those hits, falling on the ground.
Yeah.
You have to be. It's a mindset. Tibbs instilled this mindset in these Knicks, whoo, bing bong, Boston Garden, TD Garden, my secret garden, Knicks in 6. That's what I'm talking about. Knicks in 6. I'm not playing with these dudes out here.
I genuinely hope so. I would. You know what? Matter of fact, put it this way. I'll put a stamp on this. If the Knicks possibly pull this out today and win 3 straight, then there's absolutely no reason why. Fuck the Knicks. Any team should lose. If they get 3 straight today, then on to the next. Cleveland or Indiana. Get ready. We coming.
What you think about Cat?
Oh man, like Big Bodega, that's my dude, man. I love Big Bodega, man. He's solid, man. Double. I mean, sometimes he flails away and you don't see him for a hot second. But I'm not gonna say he's on Big Body Brunson's level as far as the clutch abilities, but he's definitely like a consistent player. It kind of reminds me of like in the championship series with LeBron and Kyrie. Some people may disagree, whatever. I feel like LeBron did everything he had to do to keep the game going and keeping the minute.
Yeah.
But I feel like Kyrie had glimpses. But then when it came to clutch time with the last 4 or 3 minutes of the game, Kyrie said, all right, man, I got this.
Yeah.
So that's how I look at Cat.
Yeah, and hit that key shot.
Cat to keep you there.
And nobody talks about that key.
You got to do it. Yeah.
And nobody talks about that key basket that Kyrie hit.
Oh, come on, man.
No, everybody talk about the block. And don't disrespecting the block. The block was great. But nobody talks about the shot to win the game.
Yeah,
it's always the
the
block of all time with these dudes that be all over LeBron. The block of all time. What about Kyrie?
What, the LeBron twerkers?
Yeah, the twerkers. The twerkers. They be shaking their ass all over. Like my man I saw on the podcast. He said they be shout out to homeboy. I don't remember his name, but he said they be shaking their ass all over town for LeBron. Yeah. Making it rain for LeBron. You know what I mean?
Word up.
But New York, man, this is a great time for the city right now.
Yes, sir.
We gotta stand up, stand strong, stand tall.
What is flexing in the get you, my nigga? Yeah, basic Instagram bitch, my nigga. She don't care about your health, just money, my nigga. When you at the bottom to the top is the only direction.